Hey everybody, Jason Burmis here. And if you happen to catch my broadcast last night with Eric Jackman of Jackman and Jackman, Jackman Radio, and the Jackman Brothers, you'll know that the subject of 9/11 came up in regards to Tulsi Gabbard. And I mentioned how really there's been a media blackout on the fact that January 1st of last year, we had the hacker group known as the Dark Overlord release a large encrypted file which had 5 layers of information regarding 9/11. Now, a lot of this stuff were lawyer documents, etc., a lot of doubles, triples, quadruples, you name it, email exchanges, but there were some very, very important revelations that came out of layer 1, 2, and then suddenly 3 came out, but it was never paid for. What do I mean paid for? Well, before we get to the story about how I speculated that they had been caught last night because we were discussing this, I said, you know, with those leaks, it really looks like they ended up being caught because they were extorting people. Okay, when we talk about real cyber terrorism, if you will, these were people in other countries that were gaining access to servers anywhere. They had no political agenda. It was all about money-based. That's why Layer 1 got released after a certain amount of Bitcoin was raised, and then Layer 2 was released when the next tier didn't get there, and all of a sudden Layer 3 was released. And we still do not have Layer 4 or 5. Okay? So, if you want to check out some of my stuff and what it did reveal. Now, first of all, when I was working with We Are Change, you can go over to the Pulse Change channel or the News for a Change, whatever it is now, channel, and you can go look at my initial deep dives into things like Flight 93. But I highly suggest, especially this one, it's almost criminal that this has less than 2,000 views. But this right here with Joseph Biden and some of the documentation that came out through the Dark Overlord with Pakistan's relationship financially to 9/11 and more is criminal. It's criminal. They're still saying that this guy might be the front runner for the Democratic debates. So if you just go to my channel and you search Dark Overlord, you're going to see, you know, what they really revealed in Layer 3. There were some really interesting things, not only regarding Flight 93, but we got to find out initially who made the report that a gun had been on, I believe it was Flight 11, and where that chain of information came from. A lot of really interesting stuff. More revelations about people like Khalid al-Mihdhar. Of course, we had the secret testimony of James Woods, which I read on air, which actually is at almost 40,000 views because it is that important. So what I was speculating on yesterday and did not realize, by the way, I want to thank the Burmis Brigade for sending me this, is that indeed, not only one hacker, but a couple hackers have now been arrested. Another one in Serbia, but this one is now being extradited from Britain to the United States. And before we show you that extradition document, I do want people to realize, take a look right here. These are kind of what we have. I got to reinstall the Microsoft 97 suite, but these are basically emails, etc. Keep going here. There's a lot of PDF files. We've deep dived into these. Okay, so these ones are just messages. All right, let's go back into checkpoints. But again, if you want to see my videos on them, they're out there. Okay, there's a lot of docs, some PowerPoint presentations, etc., etc. So there you go. Okay, now this is the indictment on this person. Now, it's troublesome because, right, they're indicting Assange and they're saying he's a cyber terrorist, right? He's clearly not a cyber terrorist. But these people are guilty of extortion. And they're going to conflate the two. And they're going to say, well, see, they extradited this guy. And let's go over, because these guys hacked Netflix. They hacked, for instance, these guys hacked, what else was it? Oh, they hacked medical institutions and then published pictures of the naked breasts of celebrities before and after. Okay? Do you get it? I mean, they're not great guys. And they were there. That's probably why they got caught, by the way. They were there for profit, 100%. And to think again that that this isn't a problem, that this isn't what's going on, I got news for you. All right, so check it out. Here we go. A British man who prosecutors say was a member of the hacking collective known as the Dark Overlord appeared in federal court in St. Louis on Wednesday following his extradition to face conspiracy and identity theft charges. Nathan Wyatt, 39, pled not guilty to the U.S. District Court indictment handed down in November of 2017. It's going to be interesting whether he's found guilty. Now, ZDNet has a much more extensive article. Netflix, ABC, Larson Studios. By the way, Netflix paid up because they had hacked a season of The Orange is the New Black before it came out, but then they worked with the federales and they released it anyway. So they got their money, and then the feds came in. That's why they got caught. These guys are extremely cavalier. I mean, you got to understand that you can't get away with those types of things. Period. I mean, it's not going to happen. So let's see. Let me delete that. Sorry, guys. I'm having some technical issues over here on my end. Bear with me. We do it live. So I want to delete that and paste this. Not my best video, but we're doing it. So there's a lot of indictments in here. And notice that they got caught after they started publishing the 9/11 stuff, by the way. I mean, you had draft reports of these documents, and I got to tell you, it's troublesome to me. It really is. You look at it, it looks like this guy's going to go to jail, obviously. But Assange in his first of all, Assange didn't even make his last court hearing. How am I down to 2 watching? Did I just get, 2 watching? I had 100 watching a second ago. This is so bizarre. Guys, I have no chat. I now have 0 watching. 122. Gee, dude, I'm looking at my preview editor. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but it's telling me 6 people are watching this right now. I appreciate it. Is there Huawei hacks? Wawa hacks? All right, so, guys, I'm sorry. Cluster truck of a video, but my point being is we're probably not going to get the other 2 layers. If anybody out there knows how to break encryption, I really hope that you do that, because we need those other 2 layers. If you want to see my other videos on it, it really exposes. James Woods is on a plane prior to 9/11, okay? Flight 11, the one that supposedly is the lead attack with Muhammad Atta, the first plane to hit the buildings, okay? And he's on a plane with Nawaf al-Hamzi and 2 other hijackers that are unidentified. James Woods, the stewardess, and the pilot all file reports. This is in August before the attacks, and nothing's done. And James Woods confirms it with another FBI agent who he names in those documents. If you go watch that, you'll get his name too. And you know who else confirmed it with him? Seymour Hersh. So Seymour Hersh leaks his way into relevant stories again through these documents, and nowhere in the media did they even talk about that small aspect. So I think there's still a treasure trove in those 3 layers of documents. We desperately need 4 and 5. However, this shows you can't get away with some Bitcoin scam after you hack this stuff. When you start releasing real stuff, they find you. And they found these guys. And it's a damn shame. Because I'll tell you what, guys, I barely scratched the surface, and I really wish that there were more researchers that went in and took a look at these documents. Again, you can check them over at News for a Change. I can't believe it says 10 watching. Man, this is messing with me. It's messing with me. That's why I need you guys to support more than ever. Right? We're totally getting censored over here. I had my first video locked, and it was because a congressman said a name that I'm not supposed to put out into the public. These are documents that aren't supposed to be out in the public, but they're in the public interest, and they concern you and I, and they expose the realities behind 9/11 that nobody else is talking about, okay? So it's really important we keep this up. So I need you to thumbs this video up, even though it's kind of trash compared to my other stuff. What I'd really like you to do is come over here, grab these videos, and share them today in light of the fact that this has gone down, and let people know. That being said, I'm a documentary filmmaker. Loose Change Final Cut, Fabled Enemies, Invisible Empire, A New World Order Defined, and Shade the Motion Picture, available for free right here, right now. There's a lot of information in there too. Please check them out. Share them with others. But what I really need you to do also is today, let's see if it happened. T-Mobile Arena. We do it live. T-Mobile Arena. They put it on sale? They put on the counter? Is that the lead thing? Let's see. Huh. Let's go to UFC. Let's click UFC button. Is it on sale? No, it just goes to the UFC website. That would be weird if that wasn't on sale yet. Oh, there it is. You can buy the tickets now. Is it sold out yet? Get tickets. They're selling tickets to this, guys. Not a press conference, not a question about these sexual assault allegations. Okay? Is there even tickets left? I guess there are. Whatever. I mean, there you go, guys. They're selling tickets. It's almost sold out, it looks like, already. So are we going to let this fight happen? Or are you going to retweet this thread which exposes Conor McGregor, allegedly, as a brutal and violent rapist who did unthinkable things to a woman in front of people? Left her bleeding, bruised, battered. Huh? You going to stand for that? You going to let Disney make money? ESPN? UFC? You going to make them? I mean, they're upping the pay-per-view to $65 for this one. Another $5 they're going to get you. You're going to let that happen? You're going to retweet this video and thread? Are you going to tell all your friends that it's disgusting, that this is going to be happening in less than a month, and that nobody has asked the tough questions? And all this stuff is mainstream media. This entire thread. Let me read something for you. At the end of the day, there is no doubt that this young lady suffered a horrendous ordeal. The examination and all the evidence shows that she was raped and very badly assaulted in that penthouse suite. But don't believe me. Don't take my word for it. Thumbs up, sub, share. It's the Burmese Brigade. We're trying to grow to 40,000, 50,000, 100,000. Take it to the top. You want to financially support me? Hey, I'm an independent voice. I'm not bullshitting you. I'm not telling you things that I don't believe in, that I don't have knowledge on. I get things wrong sometimes. I get that. I need to be corrected. I enjoy a conversation, especially an honest one, when somebody can present counter evidence, because it's not about being a conservative and being censored or being a liberal and being censored. No. That's all imagination land. It's the predator class against all of us. I love you guys, and I will see you all on the flip side.